What's good, what's good? My name is Peasant. For this video, my name is Tom. I'm Tom the Trailstopper. I'm Tom the Trailstopper. And this is a debate against Peasant. No. Against, Mike. And what do you stand for, Mike? My name's Mike. I stand for target taking, bro. Fuck trail stopping. And in this debate, I'm gonna convince you why targets are better. Alright, mate. Well, let's begin, Mike. Let's begin. So this is my point. So, I'll get in, right? I'll get in. This is my entry at that bar's low. My stop loss is here. It's turned down. It's got me in. Almost stopped me out, but it kept on going. This is a 1R. This is a 2R. This is a 3R. And look. Oh. And look, mate. I know. Trailstop. You're saying, well, if it doesn't keep on going in a straight direction up, I'm not going to capture anything. Well, I'm here to say that there's something to do with it. That there's something more that you can do. And here's the deal. You don't need to trail stop in the same 1R direction. So let's say this goes up one more bar, and you're saying, wow, where's my trail stop now? It hit 2R. It hit 2R. I don't need to trail it each R increment. What I do, I'll trail it to here now. Okay? So it's at break even right now. And now, instead of having a 1R wrist box, this is 1R box, right? I now, because it went up to here, I have a 2R wrist box, 1 and 2. And I'm break even. You can't argue that. You can't argue that. We'll see what Mike says, but you can't argue that. So even if it goes down, which it can, it totally can, you know, even if it goes down, yeah, sure, I could have got a 2R on it, but if it goes down and stops me out right here, I get break even, and that sucks, yeah, that sucks, mate. But there is also a chance for a fucking monster, an absolute monster, and that's actually does not look right that would happen. But whatever, mate. Sometimes that shit happens. Sometimes we catch something big. Sometimes, mate. Sometimes I'm going sideways, mate. But sometimes it just runs and runs, you know, and that's what literally happens sometimes. And look, it didn't stop me out. It went up to 2R again. I'm not trailing my stop, but I could trail it to this pivot, just save a couple bucks. But then it goes up to 3R. I can trail it to 1R now, and it goes to 4R, and this is 5R. 4R. What do? I don't do anything, and it goes to 5R. Now I trail it to 2R. And this is madly confusing. I know. But all I'm saying is that I had a 1R wrist box at the start of the trade. I had a 1R wrist box. 1R. But when it went to 2R, yeah, I had it to break even. So this is my wrist box, 2R. But it went to 3R, I trailed it to 1R. But when it went to 5R, this is madly confusing. But it went to 5R. Now I have a 3R wrist box. Alright, my wrist box, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, it has to go to 5R. So literally my wrist box is larger. I'm giving it more and more space as it runs away from me. And at the point of it going towards targets, or if we have no targets, at a certain point we can capture something large and give it enough space, because our entries are usually small. But if it runs away with us, our risk box becomes larger, and the wiggle room that we give the market becomes larger, okay? And we allow it to actually run, okay? So I think this is a good way to catch runners. This is a good way to catch large risk rewards. This is a good way to catch an 11R. You know, things can go far. And sure, it goes 11R and stops you out at 8R. You still got 8R. I don't think Mike, the target taker, is going to take an 8R every time. You're not going to take it. You're probably going to take like a 2R, if that. And then if you had a 2R and then it goes 11R, that fucking sucks, mate. That fucking sucks. And another point that I'm trying to make is that you never know how far these things will go. You never really know. Sometimes it just goes crazy. And I try to pay attention to how far they can go, and I try to get a grasp on it. But I've done some studies on, I don't have any prediction power on how far it will go. I don't. So it has to just run the system. Unless I can figure out some way how far these things run, by all means, that'd be great. But I don't know. Like, oh, this setup doesn't go that far. Like, how am I supposed to know? I look at the data and it's super random, where it's just like certain things can just pop off, mate, and it just happens. So you never know. That's my point. You never know how far it'll go. So might as well trail your stop and allow it to go as far as you can. What do you think about that, Mike? Well, you sound all fancy, you sound all good, but does it actually work? I'm here to say that it sounds great. On the surface, all this Trailstop, it sounds great. You never know how far it'll go. I'm not arguing that. What I'm arguing is that you had profit and you didn't take it. That's what I'm arguing. So let's say this same entry, we got in, it turns away with us. It runs, right? It runs. Well, I'm not saying have like a 1R target. I'm not saying have a 1R target. Okay? I'm saying have a target based on the chart, based on whatever you see as opposing volume profile or volume, a zone that you would, okay, I don't want to go through that, or a high, like, all right, I think I can break this high, but not that high, so I'm gonna take targets at this high before getting to that high, and whatever it is, it might be 3R. Let's say 3R in this case. Okay. My point for target taking is that here's the deal. Say you get to 3R, right? Say you get to 3R. And now there's some downward pressure, whatever. You're at 3R. You're sitting at 3R. You're positive 3R. Okay? This is a lot. This is 3R. This is a lot of money. This is 3 regular trades. That's a big deal. So what are you going to do? Well, Trailstop Tom had his exit point at 1R. So he's going to collect 1R regardless of what happens. But my point of view is that why would I stay in? Because essentially what we're doing is we're risking from 3R all the way to here. Okay? Regardless of what you think of what I'm risk free on the trade, or sorry, I'm positive 1 on the trade. Positive 1R, right? Well, no, because what's the difference between unrealized profit and realized profit? It's not a trick question. A sell market order. That's the difference. A close order. So the difference between this is 1R, 2R. This is a 2R risk box. You are now risking 2R on this trade. Are you comfortable with risking from 3R to 1R? This is your exit point at 1R. 0, that's just my, I just say my stops there. That's a circle, my stops there. So this is at 1R. This was your entry. Stop loss, okay? So it goes up. You're in profit. You're sitting tight. What do? Well, Trailstop Tom would say trailer stop to 1R. And then let it run. Okay, well, you now have 2R risk box. You are risking 2R because you can get out right now for 3R and take it to another trade. Or Trader Tom says, frickin' 2R. Trailstop Tom says 2R. You're risking 2R to make what? Where's your profit? You never hold. So if it goes up to 5R, if it goes up to 5R, whatever, you'll trail your stop. But you are essentially betting from 3R. You're betting right now that it will not go to 1R. It will not go back down, and it will go back. It will go up. That's what you're betting on because you're risking 2R. I don't care. I'm going to be positive 1R on the trade. What do you mean I'm risking 2R? Well, you are because you can get out right now. You can get out. You can X out of the trade. Boom. X out of the trade. Take it over here. Take it over here. And find another trade. Find another trade. You know? You're finding another trade. I'm going short. That's my entry. That's my stop. I'm going short. Whatever. Why? Tell me why. What statistics say that from 3R down to 1R is a better bet than my original entry? All my data is made on my original entry. I look at my entry and I look at my statistics of my entry. How did my entry work out? Well, no one looks at data. I don't have any data that says from if it goes to 3R, it's more likely to go to 5R instead of go back to 1R. No one says that. I don't have any data that says that. So while it looks good on paper that, oh yeah, I'm risking nothing. Yes, you are risking something, bro, because you can get out now. You can get out right now. You are risking something. You're risking 2R. So unrealized profits, there's no difference between unrealized profits and realized profits. The only difference is a sell market order. It shouldn't be considered different. So that's my point of view. All right, mate. I get what you're saying. But you still didn't deny the fact that you never know how far it can go. Tom, you're right. I don't know how far it can go. However, I do know how far my entry is likely to go. I have a win rate assigned. I have plenty of trades. I have 100 samples, let's say. I have a lot of samples. Whatever. So I have 100 samples that this entry is a 65% chance of going 1R. Tell me, Tom, what are your odds that if a trade goes 3R, it will not go back down to 1R and instead go up to 5R? That's a 50-50 chance. But I tell you right now, what are the stats on that? In my opinion, trades often don't go past 3R. They often come back. They come back so often that it's so frustrating. Tom, I've been in your shoes before, my friend. I've been a trail stop guy. I'm still a little bit a trail stop guy. I'm still. But in my opinion, it comes back, bro. It comes back. So why don't you take profits and roll it to a consistent entry that you know works? You roll that shit into this. Yes, I'm not saying take a 1R. I'm saying take a far target. Whatever. All right. I get it, Mike. Good. jump. But I just think that if I look at open profits as open in the market's money, I'm willing to allow it to run, mate. That's just what I am. You're not going to change my mind. Okay. All right. I don't think anybody's mind's going to change here. But I can tell you, what do you think? Peasant, what do you think? All right. This is peasant now. What I think both of you gentlemen are right. What you mean, mate? You know mics are full of shit, mate. No. You guys are both right. The answer is to set a faraway target and trail your stop to get there. That's the answer. And don't trail your stop so hard. I like Trailstop Tom's idea of trail it tight and then let it breathe. Let it breathe. So tight. It's tight as the start because you're only risking 1R, but as it goes away from you, you can risk 2R. You can have your 2R. Your trail stops at break even, whatever. I showed you. You know, if it goes 1R, trail stop to entry. If it goes 2R, don't trail your stop. So if it goes 2R and your break even point is your stop loss, you have a 2R risk box. I don't mind that because now you have a 2R risk box. You have some room to breathe. You can't just force the market to go up incrementing 1Rs. Generally not. So, but I like Mike's idea of bringing this money. If you are full of profit on your trade, dude, you can take profits. I don't mind targets. If it goes to that high, 4R, 5R, wherever that high is, let's say 4R or 3R, whatever, I don't mind that. And if it rips to 8R, shit. I mean, yeah, Tom is probably more profitable on that trade, but I think it'll even out because there's plenty of trades that go to 3R and come right back on down. And who knows, Trailstop Tom might have not hit the 8R. He's probably gotten a 5R out of that. Because it went 8R, you're not getting out at the high with Trailstop. You're getting out when it comes back. You're not going to grab the high. Targets has a chance to grab the high. It does. So, whatever. I like targets, and I like trail stops. I think a mixture of both is the best. As far as how to bring it all together, I think it comes down to personal opinion and strategy. But I do appreciate both. I appreciate both arguments. I don't think it's all trail stop only is the way to go. It turns around so much, and it's a lower win rate. And I don't think targets are the way to go because you should lock in some profit, bro. And because it does turn around, and I think both of them are good. And I don't think small targets are ever a good idea. The targets should be far away. The targets should be far away, especially if you're trailing stop. If you never trail your stop, the targets might need to be closer because you need a bigger win rate because you are going to absorb some losses if you don't trail your stop ever. So that's my point of view. It's very interesting though. Very interesting. Yeah, that's my point of view in the moment right now because I know things change all the time, bro. And I mean, a couple months ago, I was never setting a target again because I saw shit go 21R and I'm just ripping my fucking head off like, I was long, bro. I was fucking long. And truth be told, if I trail my stop, I often don't catch those anyways because it just, the market's volatile and I would need a really, really, really cautious, lenient trail stop and yeah, it's just rough. It's really difficult, and that's why I think targets are the way to go with a trail stop, dude, in a combination of the two, because yeah, it's tough. It's tough, and we're never gonna capture those 21Rs, dude, ever. I'm never gonna do that. I'm never setting a target at fucking 21R. I can tell you that. ever. I mean, that's just abnormal. And I've seen those. They do happen, but it's so abnormal. I'm not here for a 1 out of fucking 10 or 1 out of 20 win. No, I can't run the business like that. So that's why targets are good and Trailstop is good. I don't know who's the winner. I think they're both a good mix. All right, peace.
Not one